Crikey, what a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and we're out here in the wild, looking for amazing animals. Sometimes animals need a little bit of help from their human friends. It's a big, tough world out there for wildlife, and things can get a bit tricky. That's when heroes step in. These heroes don't wear capes. They just have big hearts and a lot of courage. They see an animal in trouble and they know they have to do something. It's our job to look after these incredible creatures, big and small. Every single life is precious, and that's a fact. Today we're going to talk about one of those times. It's a story about a rescue that shows just how brave people can be when an animal is in danger. This isn't just any story. It's about a massive python and a gentle cow. You might think a cow is a big, strong animal, and you'd be right. But even the biggest animals can find themselves in a bit of a pickle. It's a reminder that nature is powerful and unpredictable. We have to be ready for anything when we're out in the bush, always watching and always ready to lend a hand. Being a hero for an animal is one of the best feelings in the world. You're making a real difference. You're giving a creature a second chance at life. It takes teamwork, it takes guts, and it takes a deep love for all living things. When you see an animal that is scared or hurt, your heart tells you to act. You put your own fears aside and focus on the mission. The mission is simple: help that animal get back on its feet and be free again. It's a beautiful thing, and it's what we live for every single day. So, get ready for a real ripper of a story. We're about to see what happens when a calm day in the paddock turns into a wild adventure. This tale will show you the power of a giant snake and the even greater power of human kindness. It's a battle of strength and spirit where a team of dedicated people works together to save a life. It's going to be intense, it's going to be exciting, and it's going to show you why we must always protect our animal mates. Let's get into it. Out in a big green field, there was a lovely cow. She had soft brown and white patches and big, gentle eyes. This cow liked to wander by herself, exploring the quiet corners of her home. She loved munching on the sweet grass near a small creek. It was her favorite spot. The water was cool, and the trees gave her shade from the hot sun. She felt safe and happy there, all alone with her thoughts. She had no idea that danger was lurking nearby, silent and hidden in the long grass. What a peaceful scene, but things were about to change very quickly. One afternoon, as the cow was taking a drink from the creek, something moved. It was a giant python. This snake was huge, longer than a car and as thick as a tree trunk. It was a magnificent creature, a true giant of the reptile world. Pythons are constrictors, which means they squeeze their prey. This one saw the cow and thought it had found a big meal. Silently, the python slipped out of the water. It moved without a sound, a master of surprise. The poor cow was completely unaware of the massive predator getting closer and closer. Suddenly, the python struck. It wrapped its powerful body around one of the cow's back legs. The cow was shocked and scared. She let out a loud "Moo!" of terror. She tried to pull away, but the snake was incredibly strong. The python began to wrap more of its body around the cow, tightening its grip. The cow struggled with all her might, kicking and pulling, but the snake was like a thick rope made of muscle. She was trapped. Her happy, peaceful day had turned into a terrifying fight for her life. What a scary situation for this beautiful animal. The poor cow was getting tired. The python's squeeze was getting tighter and tighter, making it hard for her to breathe. She was all alone, with no other cows nearby to help. It looked like this might be the end for our gentle friend. The giant snake was slowly winning the battle. She lay on the ground, exhausted and frightened, with the massive serpent coiled around her body. It was a heartbreaking sight. This beautiful, innocent creature was in desperate need of a miracle. Little did she know, help was on its way. What a fighter she was. Just then, a truck full of wildlife rescuers was driving down a nearby dirt road. They were my team, a group of dedicated blokes and Sheilas who love animals. We were on our way to another call when one of my mates, Bindi, shouted, "Whoa, stop the truck! Look over there!" We all looked toward the creek. At first we couldn't see what was happening. We just saw a cow lying on the ground, which was a bit unusual. We grabbed our binoculars for a closer look. Our hearts sank when we saw the real picture. It wasn't just a cow resting, she was in the grip of a massive python. "Crikey," I yelled. "We've got a serious situation here." We knew we had to act fast. A python that big could be very dangerous, not just for the cow, but for us too. But we don't back down from a challenge when an animal's life is on the line. We jumped out of the truck and quickly made a plan. My mate Wes would handle the python's head, which is the most dangerous part. I would start unwrapping the tail end, and the rest of the team would help pull the heavy coils off the cow. Teamwork is everything in a rescue like this. We approached cautiously. The python was totally focused on the cow and didn't see us coming at first. We had to be quiet and careful. As we got closer, the snake lifted its head and hissed at us. What a sound. It was a clear warning to stay back, but we couldn't do that. That cow was counting on us. I looked at the cow's eyes, and I could see the fear. I said to her softly, "Don't you worry, girl. We're going to get you out of this." It was time for action. The adrenaline was pumping, but our minds were clear. My mate Wes, brave as they come, used a special tool to safely control the python's head. This is super important because a bite from a snake that big can do some serious damage. Once he had the head secured, that was our signal to go. I grabbed the tail, which was as thick as my arm, and started to pull. The rest of the team joined in, grabbing the thick muscular coils. The snake's body was incredibly heavy and powerful. It was like trying to unbend a steel bar. We all had to pull together with all our strength. The python was not happy. As we pulled, it tried to squeeze the cow even harder. It was a massive tug of war. The snake's muscles were like rock. We strained and grunted, pulling with everything we had. "Heave!" I shouted. "Pull together, team!" Slowly, inch by inch, we started to make progress. The first coil came loose, then the second. The cow, feeling a little bit of relief, tried to stand up, which helped us get more of the snake off her. She was a fighter. She was helping us save her. It was an amazing moment of teamwork between humans and animal. We had to be careful not to hurt the python. It's a magnificent animal too, and it was just doing what snakes do. Our goal was to save both creatures. The snake was confused and angry, but we were bigger and smarter. We finally unwrapped the last big coil from around the cow's body. With a final big pull, the cow was free. She stumbled to her feet, shaky and tired, but she was safe. She took a few steps away and looked back at us with her big brown eyes. It was like she was saying thank you. What a beautiful moment. With the cow safe, our job wasn't over. We now had a very large, very cranky python to deal with. We carefully placed the giant snake into a special safe container. We would take it far away, deep into the wilderness, where it wouldn't bother any farm animals. It's all about balance. The snake gets to live and hunt in a more suitable place, and the cow gets to live peacefully in her field. We checked the cow one last time. She had a few scratches, but she was going to be perfectly fine. She was already starting to munch on some grass. As we drove away, we all felt a huge sense of pride. We were tired, sweaty, and covered in mud, but our hearts were full. We had saved a life today. We had faced a dangerous situation and worked together to create a happy ending. That's what being a wildlife warrior is all about. Looking back, we saw the cow standing in the sunset, safe and sound. It was a perfect end to a wild day. And you know what? We wouldn't have it any other way. Every animal is worth saving. What a beauty.